What's up, cool cat daddy-os and daddy-ettes? We're going to do a little bit of that nice, calm, soothing knife reconstruction surgery. This is with the CRKT CEO and the CJRB RIA. I'm going to start with the CEO. It actually has a little bit more complex things that go into putting it back together. So why don't we go ahead and just jump into it. Alrighty, so we got that side. Yep. There's that stop pin. And of course, the nice D-shaped pivot. D-shaped pivots always make me feel a little warm and fuzzy inside. I suppose you might actually want to see what I'm doing though. So alright, there's the pivot in there. I got the stop pin right up here. Just gonna slide it right inside there. And this guy's actually kind of interesting because he does wiggle a little bit. I'm actually going to even move my setup so that I can actually work a little bit closer over here. Y'all being super close like this? I do. I'm cracking myself up. Alright. So, first, little duder there. And then, of course, this little nylon liner guy right over here. That looks pretty good. Alright. Go ahead and set that in there and put them into the lock position. Then I will go ahead and put the other ball bearing there. And the other little white ring of doom. And then crunch all of that together. And the first thing I want to do is take my trusty little screwdriver and put the pivot back in here. There we go, not too snug. Gotta take this guy on the show side. Kind of thread him through. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and close the blade so I don't cut myself. Cutting yourself isn't always fun with knives. Some people actually say that a knife isn't truly yours unless you've cut yourself with it. I don't really subscribe to that theory myself because I'm generally pretty careful with my knives. I'm not that careful with the rest of the stuff on my body. Like, I will absolutely smash my toes on something as I'm walking by. But very, very rarely cut myself. The last time I actually cut myself, it was a little bit right here. That's not actually a scar from it, but I was in the kitchen using my little 5-inch Santoku, and I was using a new cutting board, and our chicken breast was kind of getting away from me, and my hand slipped up a little bit too much on it, and it came out and bit me. But alright, this guy's back in. A little bit of blade play though. We don't really like blade play all that much. But that is nice and rock solid. Nice smooth action. Heck yeah. Alright. Now let's move on over to the Ria. Alrighty, so we got the frame side scale. I might as well clean some of this off beforehand. Yep, it's a D-shaped pivot, but it's easy enough for you to do that and then roll it back down. Makes things a lot easier. So, alright, this is the little lanyard hold thingy. And you can see this guy actually just spins around there, which, yeah, I suppose it's nice that it's rather lax for you to do all your lanyard things with, but alright, we also have the blade. Again, I really do like this blade shape. It'd probably be important for me to actually put the blade pin in first. The stop pin. There we go. And now it's open. That puts a little bit of pressure on there that keeps it from wiggling about. I have the barrel spacer. It's still actually attached to this other one right here. So we'll obviously take the other guy right there, a little bearing cage, and we can put this guy on there, kind of smudge them all together. And then, yep, this guy just kind of lays on top. He doesn't really inset or anything. And real quick, I will switch over to my Weha T8 bit so I can get that pivot back in there. And have the scale kind of swing around on me. That's fine. Alrighty, so this is the other T8 that goes on the front side here. That's good. Now I can flip this guy over and put these back. Keeping in mind that the longer of these two screws will be going in the top. If this was the first time that I'd actually take any of these guys apart, I would probably put them back together with Loctite. Obviously Loctite blue, or the removable stuff. Either type works, but the stick is much easier to work with smaller screws and whatnot. This liquid stuff is much better for larger bolts, like if you're working on small engines and whatnot. Even though for the most part, if you're working on combustion engines, you might want to use red because it's a little bit more heat stable, but oh well. I actually want this to thread correctly. There we go. The lovely slipping sound of T6 hardware. A little bit of blade play, because I didn't tighten it up enough. It's a cinch to fix, as this has a D-shaped pivot to it. That's super tight. I don't like that. Back it up just a little tiny bit. Yeah, that's nice. So we got both of these guys put back together now. One last thing that I just kind of thought of. Both of them kind of have this area here down at the bottom for the liner, and they are a little bit contoured there where you push them to the side to close them. And I have to say that just due to the thumb stud being a little bit larger and whatnot, it is easier for my larger hands to close the RIA as compared to the CEO, which will actually close, but a lot of times I don't quite feel that I have a good purchase on it when I'm doing that. But oh well. They're both nice designs. Anyway, I've had fun kind of putting these back together and doing a little bit of nice smooth jazz talking. So I appreciate y'all. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, yo. Bye-bye.